host. Dante, how are things going on in my native state?
Yeah, thank you, Sammy. I'm here outside the TD Garden, home of the Boston Celtics, where Illinois will take on Iowa State on Thursday night. Today's been a little bit of a journey for me. Left the Champaign area early this morning, made the trip over to Boston. Like I said, it's been a journey. So it's these past couple seasons for Illinois. I'm here at Sefco Arena on the campus of Illinois State, where two Central State 8 teams played on Friday afternoon for the chance to advance to a state title. Lincoln and Glenwood looking to win their state semifinal matchups and meet again in the state finals. The United Center, where Illinois is set to take on Penn State in the second round of the Big Ten tournament for the third time this season. Yeah, they can expect a packed house tonight. I'm currently sitting in the Orange Crush student section here at State Farm Center ahead of a top 25 showdown between number 4 Marquette and number 23 Illinois. Illinois entered this game with a 5-6 record on the season, 1 win away from bowl eligibility, entering their game against Northwestern. Illinois looking to hit that 6-win mark and play to see another day. I'm here at State Farm Center, and while there's no basketball being played behind me, Illinois is hosting an esports invitational for hundreds of gamers across the country. Yeah, hey Stacy, I'm here at Hurricanes in downtown Boston, right next door to the TD Garden. I'm here with Jarrett, here for the Illini's game tonight against Iowa State. Jarrett, tell me where you are coming from.
So I'm from Benton, Illinois.
The Sages playing host to Tolono Unity this evening. Monticello looking to hit the 6-win mark on the season to solidify a playoff berth. Unity would catch Monticello off guard and recover an onside kick to begin this game. But to begin with possession, 2 plays later, Tolono Unity would find Jay Saunders on the quick throw. He would dodge a few defenders and walk it in for the touchdowns. Arizona commit Blake Wolters on the mound for Seymour. Wolters striking out Bayou Adams to start the game, and then to end the inning, Wolters would strike out Connor Ropke. He would step up to bat in the first and send a 2-run home run over the fence for the early 2-0 lead. Emma Devasel would have an answer, driving into the lane for the basket, narrowing down the deficit. The Sabres would fall behind by 16 in the second half, but after a few 3-point shots from Emma Devasel, they would pull within 8. Then Rory Kordstrom with the steal into the lane, up and in for the basket. Anthony Tyus III up the middle for the second Northwestern touchdown on the day, 14-3. Shortly after in this game, John Paddock finding his receiver Casey Washington in the end zone for the touchdown. Illinois would pull within 4. Washington finished with 3 touchdowns and over 200 yards. Remember that. Later on, Isaiah Williams, former quarterback, finding Pat Bryant in the end zone. Illinois would convert the 2-point conversion, 25-28. Color barriers are continuing to be broken in sports, and 4 men in Springfield are just a group of coaches doing their part in paving the way. The annual city tournament wrapped up nearly 2 weeks ago in Springfield, and while Lamphere came out on top as champions, it featured a historic milestone that had never been accomplished in the history of the event. For the first time ever, all 4 coaches at the tournament were men of color, and while this is the first time in District 186's history with Sacred Heart Griffin at the event each year, all 4 schools were able to represent in ways they had never been able to before. For Coach Tim Allen, Marquise Warfield, Lawrence Thomas, and Blake Turner, it means a great deal to see other coaches of color paving the way.
It means a lot to all of us, but speaking for me, it means a lot to me because when I grew up, we didn't see that. And you know, when I grew up, I never knew that it was a possibility that it could happen.
For me to just share a seat with them as well as make history with them, I'm proud of. And then I love my community and I love my city. So a lot of people in the city are very happy that this history has been made and looking forward to more history being made.
During the city tournament, each coach was able to play against one another, and when they looked at the other sideline during each game, they saw a coach of color, something they weren't always used to at this event.
I have a history with these guys, and it's a great history. It's a history of competition, but it's a history of respect too. So they do it the right way, and you know I love being there with them and competing with them, and I thought we put on for the right reason. I thought our kids did well.
Throughout their history of playing basketball and coaching together in the Springfield area, this group of 4 men have been able to create a bond off the court that goes beyond basketball.
I think we just want to be the best coaches that we can be. We can lose to each other and we can talk right after the game. It's like, there's no, I got to be better than Blake, or I got to be better than LT, or I got to be better than Marquise. I got to be the best I can be. And we can celebrate each other's victories. I probably hear from them first after a big victory. Or, I was at every single game when they made it. I can tell you some of the stuff they did when they celebrated because it excited me, because I got to see somebody who looks like me succeed.
The four coaches hope they can do their part in inspiring players and even future coaches to accomplishing their ultimate goal on the court.
These kids need us, and they don't need half of us. They need all of us. And we need to show the younger generation of coaches that there's a love for the game that you have to show and that you have to have in you to be successful at this job. And that's just what I want them to know, that everything that I do from the heart. Like Coach LT always says, you have to get out of your own way and let the kids have their way and then just lead them. And I think that I've learned how to do that, and I try to succeed at doing that. And that's what I try to teach the other coaches that I'm in contact with.
And with an increase in coaches of color across the area over the years, they did want to give their respects to another coach outside of the city tournament in District 186 that has helped create a path for other coaches and players across the area.
Another person I'd like to acknowledge is Tyvis Gardner at Calvary. He had a great year last year. They ranked like 23rd this year in 1A. He's been doing a great job for years. He's another African-American coach that has laid the foundation for a lot of players here. He's another person that we have the utmost respect for.
Thank you to all four of those coaches for sitting down with us. We will have more on these coaches and how they have continued to pave the way for the future generation up on our website. That'll do it in sports. I'm Dante Furco. After a few years, you decided to enter the transfer portal from Syracuse. What ultimately led to that decision? Coach continues to talk about you're up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., shooting baskets, just repetition. How do you feel you've rubbed off on the younger guys as well as some of the older guys? Yeah, take you back to the beginning when you were here in Springfield. When did you fall in love with basketball? Who kind of put that ball in your hands for the first time?
Yeah, basketball's been loved from a very, very young age.
I mean, you are one of the faces of football on Sundays. So many people tune in on Sundays to hear you and for you to break down football for them. Did you expect it to blow up that much and for you to still be there? That'll do it in sports from State Farm Center at Memorial Stadium, from United Center in Tampa Bay, Florida, from the Irwin Indoor Practice Facility, from outside TD Garden, from Seth Arena on the campus of Illinois State. I'm Dante Furco.